Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Trillionaire Mac. Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be breaking down a trade that I took last week. It was actually a live day trading session with my students, all of my students who are part of Matrix Trading Mentorship Program. We day traded live. We were able to take this trade together. Within the live trading session, I broke down the reasonings behind this trade. I broke down what you guys can expect. We talked about targets. We talked about management. All of those good things under the sun. All right, and I wanted to break down this trade for you guys, for anyone who did not catch this, but also just to kind of show you guys what you can expect when you join the mentorship program. Right? If you're not a part of this family, this YouTube family, feel free to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as well as hit that bell notification icon to be updated whenever I upload a new video. Okay, I pretty much break down all of my trades for you guys. That way you guys can not only understand how a perfect setup is supposed to look and what type of setups you should be looking for, but also it's going to assist you with understanding how to properly backtest, what you should be looking for, what you shouldn't be looking for, all of those good things. All right, so with that being said, sit back, relax, let's go ahead and get into the video. If you have any questions, drop them down below, and as always, thank you for leaving a like. It definitely helps out with the YouTube out. So with that being said, let's get into it. Now, of course, before I get into the actual breakdown of everything, of course, I have to show you guys the before. So as you guys can see, this was a recording of the live trading session. We were trying to buy UCAD, and we were trying to sell the Australian dollar versus the US dollar. Now, we were tagged into our AUDUSD trade here. Okay, for those students who weren't tagged in at this first little tap here, no worries, because price tapped into this zone multiple times. So if you weren't tagged in, then your position was filled a little later, depending on your spread and things like that. But as you guys can see here, okay, original markup, we were looking for 10%, so 45 pips. We were risking 4.5 pips. Okay, I think I actually increased my take profit just a little bit to this zone here, but the original target was just 10%. Now, if you can consistently catch 5 to 10% every single morning by trading the foreign exchange market, you are going to be set to break phenomenal records. If you can catch 10% weekly even, right, that is 520% yearly. So imagine if you can consistently catch 10% a day, and the days that you don't catch 10%, let's say you just take a small minus 1% loss or 0.5% loss, right? This is what I'm talking about. This is why it is so important to understand how I trade, okay? Because you guys aren't going to be struggling on the charts anymore. You're not going to be guessing where the market is going to go. You're not going to be trying to figure out what to do next. We have a set of rules for everything. Everything that you can think of, there's a set of rules for it as it relates to management, entries, stop losses, time, time frame, right, as well, session timing, right? So there's a lot in store for you guys by joining the mentorship program. And of course, I want you guys to continue to produce these types of results. So, for everyone a part of the mentorship program, you guys are really set for the rest of your trading career, unless you decide that you don't want to trade anymore, which I don't know why you would decide that with being able to produce these types of results. So let's go ahead and break down this trade from top to bottom, starting with the H1 time frame where I originally pulled my zone off of. So I pulled my zone off of the H1 time frame. Students of mine, this is a very, very important point of interest here. Okay, you guys understand why this is a very, very important point of interest. Everyone else, you guys may not understand why I selected this to be my point of interest, especially when based on the higher time frame, we are still bullish within this space here. Okay, we weren't bearish until, we're not really going to go over it, as this is not really a structured type of webinar. But from this point here to this point here, okay, this was the bullish leg to the upside. So all throughout this area, yes, we were bearish within this area, but this was all counter trend, right? So we weren't necessarily expecting this trade to just, take out all of these lows and stuff like that, because we're still, technically bullish. What I really wanted to see happen, I wanted to see price tap into this region here, give us an entry, and then start to target these highs here. Now, for anyone who's currently paying attention to AUDUSD, as you guys can see, that is not what is currently taking place. Let's just go ahead and delete some of this here, right? So as you guys can see, that's not currently what's taking place. But if price would have pulled down here, given us an entry, oh man, we would have definitely made money with this push to the upside here. and then we would have probably held runners to target this high here. But the market doesn't always play out with what we think, which is why we have set rules within the market that assist us with staying on the right side more than not, right? So this was the zone that I was using based on the H1 time frame. Let's actually fix this up really quickly, guys. Let's see. Let's go to Euro USD, and let's go ahead and highlight this. All right, there we go, perfect. So this was the zone that we played off of. Let's put the replay bar back on. Perfect. So this is the zone that we were playing off of, okay, based on the H1 time frame. Remember, this was New York session, okay? So I'm only going to day trade during London session or during New York session. If a trade takes place outside of those sessions, I'm not going to consider it a day trade. It must be a higher time frame trade setup in order for me to properly take advantage. So price pushed into this H1 point of interest here. This was our zone. And then we simply just correlated our time frames properly to look for, you know, our certain entry on a certain time frame. So within this area here, okay, you guys got taken out with this nice push to the upside. This is why we have set rules. Then what happened? Then price created a sweep of liquidity to the upside, creating this high, and then gave us this change of character to the downside here based on the M5 time frame. Okay, we then pushed to the upside here. Okay, we got tagged in here. Okay, for those of you that weren't tagged in here, you were tagged in here. We came very, very close to hitting stop loss here. Okay, we always set a stop loss in order to manage our risk. Risk was about 4.5 pips, only risking 1% of our account. Okay, within this 4.5 pips, and then as you guys saw from this area here, our take profit was 45 pips for around 10%, which is right here. And as you guys can see, that was hit to the T. Now, it's not always going to be like that, right? You're not always going to have the opportunity to catch 10%. Sometimes it's going to be 10%, sometimes it's going to be 12, other times it may be 8, sometimes it'll only be 5, right? But I do have some students a part of the mentorship program, actually a lot of students part of the mentorship program, who simply just like to collect 5% every morning. And those students who do collect 5% every morning, you guys don't really have to think a lot, right? It's very, very easy and blissful to watch how you guys trade. And it's even inspirational to myself. Now, I don't just go for 5%, okay? If I'm going to take a trade, usually I'm going to set runners. I'm going to allow the trade to hit, you know, my targets, things like that. But for those of you who do just want to get into the market, collect your 5% and jump out of the market, congratulations to you guys, because you guys are able to do this like clockwork just by using the information that's taught within the mentorship program, all right? So we can see that price pushes to the downside here, hits our target to the T for about 45 pips. That's a 10% return on our investment. Absolutely phenomenal, right? After price does hit our target, we don't really care what it does, okay? But in this case, I did want to see price possibly push down to this area and then give us an entry for the buy. Now we can see the buy took place here, okay? No harm, no foul, like I said, but we were going to take a higher time frame trade, you know, at this region here if it would have taken place, right? So if you enjoyed this breakdown, feel free to leave a like. If you would like to live trade with me, if you want to live day trade with me, join the mentorship program, all right? We live trade throughout the week where you guys are able to hop into the same trades as me. As you guys can see, I'm quite profitable, right? I know what I'm doing. As you guys can see from the content that's released and from my Instagram page. If you're not following me on Instagram, head over to Instagram, follow me, because sometimes I'll drop trades before I take them on my Instagram, and other times I will drop trades while I'm in them. And if you would like to be in those same trades, the only way to live trade with me is to join the mentorship program. All right, if you're just a course student, okay, you're still not guaranteed live trading with me. And if you're within the Telegram community, you're also still not guaranteed live day trading with me. Okay, we only day trade live within the Telegram community if our higher time frame setups are not forming or it's taking a while for them to form, then we'll day trade. That is essentially how we were able to stay afloat during the month of February, right? Our higher time frame trades really weren't moving all too much. So, you know, in order to have the percentage that we had in February, we had to day trade, right? But the month of March, everything looks to be flowing very, very well. We're up 33% so far within the month of March. So if you want to day trade with me, the mentorship program is going to be your best bet. And that's going to be live day trading, by the way, right? So with that being said, fantastic trade. risking 1%, 10% gain, catching 45 pips, only having a 4.5 pip stop loss. Absolutely phenomenal, risking 1% of your account per trade. Right? With that being said, this is your boy Trillionaire Mac. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up here. Stay tuned this week, guys, because we're going to have some free trades dropping for you guys throughout the YouTube channel, throughout the YouTube videos. So make sure you guys stay tuned. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Much love. Peace out.